Hey y'all, welcome back to another What Else Is Going On, aka We Go Podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. Did you miss me? Y'all know who is that again? Varnell Jones, right? I know was it Varnell? One of y'all reminded me in the comments. It's from Martin. Varnell Hill. Varnell Hill, y'all. I'm thinking Donnell Jones, but Varnell Hill. But I missed y'all. I am back like I never left. There's a couple things I want to get into. This is going to be a short video, some Bravo, some regular. First up, what everybody is talking about, what they've been talking about since she made the announcement. Cardi is pregnant. We knew. We knew. We told her she was pregnant. She didn't even need a pregnancy test. We told her with the first one, the second one, the third one, and now this one. People are split on opinions. I have my thoughts, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Since her daughter just turned 1, and her going through it seemed like such a traumatic breakup with Offset. And I know people say, well, she got money, she can take care of it. But being a parent, y'all know you can have all the money in the world, but it's about modeling and hopefully turning out good citizens, productive citizens of society, right? I told y'all I had a friend of mine when I was stressing about being a parent. She said, I'm gonna quote her exactly. Y'all know I don't be on here cussing and stuff, but she said, your main goal is to not raise an asshole because then they become assholes to the rest of the world. That's it. Like, and base level, I'm like, I could do that base level, just teach them kindness and all that. But with Cardi having money to take care of her kids, that means she's gonna have to keep working like she's working, right? To take care of her kids. I think about Nick Cannon when his baby had passed away, and he said his regret was that he didn't spend enough time with him because why? Class, he was working to take care of all these kids that he created, which by the way, he said now he created them out of trauma from his divorce from Mariah Carey. Child, we not getting into it, but that's what he said. That he had all these kids because he was traumatized from his split from Mariah. Okay. But anyway, so I don't know. I had my thoughts when I found out Cardi was pregnant, when she confirmed it, because again, we was her pregnancy test and we had said positive. I just wish her the best. She's got 3 beautiful kids. I hope everything works out with wasn't it Stefan? Remember y'all, Stefan Arkell? So she announced that she was pregnant with Gayle King, her and her boyfriend, they having a baby or whatever. So he spoke out for the first time. He was, let's see, he was speaking to the press before practice. He's in plays for the New England Patriots. They asked him about it. He said, "Oh, my personal life. I told you about that. We don't talk too much about my personal life, but I heard about that." Then under her post, he commented, "Proud of you for staying focused with the little heart. 100% Team Boyd with the heart, the praying hands, and a face, and then thinking of Spanish names right now." Sir, so look, he's excited now. People have asked if he has children. I believe he has one confirmed, but he's currently, or I'll say as of December 2024, he was in a lawsuit with a woman, a model, by the name of, let's get her name, Eileen Lopera. It's okay if I said it like that, right? All right. Opera, let's see, she goes by Lord Giselle on Instagram. She accused him of fathering a baby girl who was born this past April. So the baby was born in April, but it was December of 2024 when she did the filing. Petitioner is currently pregnant with Diggs' unborn child. At the time, she requested legal and physical custody of their baby, but gave Diggs visitation rights. He filed a response contesting that the baby was his. He said, "I'm not the pappy." He requested genetic testing to determine whether or not he is the father. He also wrote in documents that if it is determined that he is the father, he requests joint legal and physical custody, as well as joint payment of reasonable expenses of pregnancy, birth, and attorney fees and costs. I don't see where, do y'all know, has it come out that he is the father? Documents also revealed that she named her baby daughter Charlie Harper Diggs Lopera, giving her the professional athlete's last name. The U.S. Sun was the first to report this story. "My client looks forward to the day Mr. Diggs acknowledges and provides for his infant daughter in Los Angeles." Oh, so right now he's not even providing. I guess the baby was born in April, so that makes her 5 months now. That's what her attorney said. Reps for Diggs did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. The news comes a day after Cardi B shared that she's pregnant with her 4th baby, her first with Diggs, due before her tour launches. So she's having her tour starts in February. The way we could tell that Cardi was pregnant by her walk, I estimate her to be about 5, maybe. Y'all think maybe even 6 months? I don't know. So let's just say she has the baby in December. That gives her what? A month and a half to get ready for her tour. That's a lot. That's a lot. Again, I'm looking. I'm praying for the best for Cardi, all the babies. But did y'all like her album? The way people are talking about her album makes me want to download it. So I think I'm gonna download it and check it out. I've heard people say no skips. I've heard people say they played it multiple times in a row. They love it. I was listening to somebody and they said, look, we don't have to be involved in rapper beefs. So you can like Nicki, you can like Cardi, you can enjoy both their music. We don't have to be involved in it. So I agree. But I think I'm going to go ahead and download the album because just yesterday I heard so many people talking about how good it was. If y'all have listened to it, y'all let me know. All right, moving on to somebody we may not ever see again on our TV, at least not in Bravo. This is according to Reality Blurb. Andy Cohen says he never, ever, ever is getting back together with Jen Shah. He said he never wants to see her again. Let's get into, somebody asked him a question, and he responded. Let's get into it. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all know this pisses me off sometimes when I have to do this with TikTok because I'll be clicking and hitting buttons. And all right, let's get into it. Y'all, they playing with me.
Any chance of Jen Shah or Monica coming back to Salt Lake?
Jen Shah, I never want to see again.
Let's hear that one more time. See, y'all see how it just jumped away like that? Hold on, because I want to. Okay, let's listen to it again. Hear what the question was.
Any chance of Jen Shah or Monica coming back to Salt Lake?
Jen Shah, I never want to see again.
I'm actually shocked by that answer, that he actually honestly said that. Normally Andy will try to give a politically correct answer or kind of dance around the question. But he said, and he didn't say face, he said he never wants to see her again. And there's been talk, is she going to come back? Or is Bravo going to bring her back? Because her release date has been pushed up. Like she's got years off her sentence. So now she's due out next summer. And that's not too far away. It will probably be around the time when they start filming again, maybe, possibly, or maybe a little bit afterwards. He said he don't ever want to see her again. So Jen responded. I meant to keep y'all here. Look at her response. This is from her, the real Jen Shah, from management. A respectful conversation has already been had with Bravo behind the scenes, and there are no hard feelings. So I'm guessing maybe did she reach out to them? Did they reach out to her and say, we're not going to pursue any type of contract with you? I wonder. Who knows? Are some of y'all sad about it? I know I ask y'all every time, but sometimes feelings change, right? And you're like, oh, I do want to see her back. In my Salt Lake City review slash recap that I just dropped for the podcast, those of you who listen to the audio version, thank you. Those of you who watch on YouTube, thank you. If you don't do either, please go over to wherever it is you listen to your podcast, type in what else is going on and follow me there. But I talked about how I think this cast, no matter if I'm fond of certain people on this cast as a whole, I think they're cohesive. I think they work well. And I think this is one of the best casts. I love the push and pull of the cast, how we can be arguing 1 minute, laughing the next. They keep us on a constant ride without going too dark, in these last couple of seasons. So I like the current cast. So I guess she's not coming back. Now, I will say this. I wonder if the network would step in and say, well, the people want her back, or we took a survey, a poll, or we know ratings will drive even further. We're going to bring her back. My thing is, if she came back, I don't want the whole season to revolve around her. And the other girls think they ain't got to work. Oh, we'll just talk about Jen being in jail. I don't want her to be a weighted blanket on the season. To me, the seasons that she was on, it was like a weighted blanket, always revolved back to Jen. Child, I don't want that. So I'm happy with the cast. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You think the network will step in and be like, knock, knock, who's there? The one that makes the decisions, not you. And she's coming back. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Next up, let's get into, y'all, what is going on in Atlanta? It ain't even late in Atlanta and stuff is going on. So a few weeks ago, we talked about Kelli Ferrell, one of the new housewives, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She got into it with her neighbor, The neighbor, I'm not laughing, I'm sorry. The neighbor said she needed a psych evaluation because Kelli was screaming and some of it she couldn't understand, right? More has come out to that story, so let's get into it. This is from Us Weekly. RHOA's Kelli Ferrell calls police after neighbor allegedly assaults her. I got time today. Now, what we're going to do is go back. When I talked about this, when it first came out, it was that Kelli and some people, this is what the neighbor was alleging, walked into their little garden or gate behind and confronted her and had to be physically restrained because Kelli violated parking and something had happened to the car. Like she got in trouble. This person is on the HOA. So she's saying Kelli came in in her yard on her property and had to be restrained. Now we're getting Kelli's side of it. So Us Weekly obtained the 911 call that Kelli made to the Atlanta Police Department on August 9th. Before the dispatcher was able to ask the Bravo Star a question, Ferrell could be heard saying, I got time today. Can you imagine? 911 you're the 911 operator. This is 911. I got time today. Is this an emergency? Because what's happening? So Ferrell told the dispatcher she needed police to come out to the neighborhood. She said she had confronted her neighborhood association president and she actually put her hands on me. All right, so she does say she confronted her neighborhood association president. Now look, I know people can be pissed off at the HOAs. I have an HOA. I'm going to be honest, they don't bother us too much. I don't mind having it because I do like, earlier this year, they must have sent letters out to the people whose shutters seem to be fading a little bit because there was like a person on every block painting their shutters. I do like how they care about how the neighborhood looks. I'm going to tell you that my community looks because I've been through some communities that you could tell were beautiful at one point, but then it's like grass ain't done, this ain't done. My HOA cuts my grass unless you have a fence in your backyard. So once we get our fence, then Corey will have to start cutting the grass. But my only HOA experience that pissed me off was when we first moved in here. We still were renting for 30 in our rental for 30 more days we had paid. So we were going to take our time moving in here. And he was doing a lot of work around the house. Like he was building this fireplace thing because this didn't come like this, my man. He built it. But he would, every day after work, he would just load the wood or whatever he needed in his work truck because he has a personal truck and a work truck. He would load it in his truck. He would come park it. He knocked on the neighbor's door and said, if I'm disturbing you, please let me know, because it would be after work, like evening hours. And he's in here sawing and hammering. And they were all like, no, you good. Be good. Next thing I know, we get a letter from the homeowners association saying work trucks aren't allowed to be parked in the neighborhood. We didn't know it. There is a spot that they have specifically for people. Like my husband has his work truck. There's other people that have work trucks. There's a spot for it. It pissed me off because you ain't send no manual, ain't nothing. So I respectfully emailed back. Thank you so much for making us aware of this. We weren't aware because we were not given a homeowners association manual, rule book, anything moving in. This is the first time we're hearing about this. So can you instruct me on where to go so that we can know going forward what is and isn't allowed? She was real nice back. You don't come over here with all that and you ain't even give us no manual. So I know some people have problems with their HOA. Thank God we don't. I think our president lives like 2 or 3 doors down from us. Child, they was seeking re-election. I got to get off on this tangent for a second. Y'all, the first year we moved in here, they were seeking re-election, right? So we get this packet, this manila envelope in the mail. And it would be like, Taria Faison, I promise you if you elect me, I'll do this, 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 and this. The way there was housewives level shade on some of their forms, I promise to be the type of president that won't let things sit on my desk like others have. I'll make sure things get passed. Me and Corey, I was reading them to him. We were cracking up. I almost was like, I'm about to get on the board just to see it, but I ain't have time for that. But other than that, I don't have an issue with my HOA. So in saying that with Kelli, I kind of feel like, did you break a rule and then you got mad because she enforced it? What is all the story? So anyway, she told the dispatcher, I need the police to come out to the neighborhood because she confronted the neighborhood association president, and then the neighborhood association president actually put her hands on her. My thing is, did you confront her on her property? HOA or not, because I think further on in the email it talks about Kelly's daughter, her car being booted because of where she parked, which makes sense because when we first covered this, it was a parking thing. My thing is this: whether you like what I did as the HOA president or not, now we don't know if this lady was harassing Kelly either. We don't know that. But if you come up on my property through my backyard, my gate, and thinking you're going to confront me and I'm going to just stand there, you might be in for a little bit of a surprise. So that's the thing. We don't know how it went down. The lady said that she had the footage. Remember when I talked about it before? She said there was video evidence. So I want to see that. So Kelly owns a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,784 square foot home in the Atlanta community. She said, I have scratches on my arm from her hitting me. The RHOA star said the whole thing started because she went over to the woman's home. Up, there it is. She was upset that HOA president had put a boot on her daughter's car. There are 2 boots on it. Oh, 2. Come on. See, I'm about to change my tune. There are 2 boots on it. It's completely unnecessary. She said, no weapons were involved, but my arm is red. I'm not dealing with this. At this point, I don't trust it. I recorded it. I want to show the officers so they can see what's happening. I don't feel safe with her. I really don't. I don't feel safe. Ferrell described the neighbor as a 50-year-old woman named Perry. Ferrell said she did not need an ambulance or medical attention. She told the dispatcher that the incident had occurred about 10 minutes before she called and that the neighbor was still on site. And then the neighbor adamantly denied the claims. Now, when we did the story, we gave the woman's first whole name, Monalda Perry Cash, and she filed for a petition for a temporary restraining order against Kelly, which she was granted. Now I'm gonna have to change my tune a little bit. Here I was saying you break the rules. I mean, I'm not saying it's cool. Because to me, some HOA things, it's like, come on, really? If that is a rule, like why you have to put 2 boots on that girl car? That does seem excessive. She can't move with one. So now I don't know, y'all. I'm kind of seeing both sides just a little bit. What y'all think? You are in your HOA, right? You park somewhere, because that's what was said in the other article. She parked somewhere she wasn't supposed to. And your car, your daughter, or you or your child parked somewhere you weren't supposed to in your neighborhood. You come out and they have not one, but you know the HOA president then put 2 boots on your car. Are you going to their house? I'm gonna be honest. If I felt like the HOA president was harassing me and my one was 2 doors down, I probably would knock on the door and say, "Can I talk to you for a minute? Hi, I'm your neighbor who you don't be speaking to anyway. When you see, anyway, I might would do that. I don't know. I'm torn. I guess as more comes out, I want to see the video. I want to see Kelly's video and the other footage that the woman said they have. Either way, Kelly, who I'm gonna need y'all to get it together, or this is gonna keep going on. You might have to move into a neighborhood with no HOA. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all have HOAs? Do any of y'all live in a neighborhood with HOAs? If so, have y'all had any disputes or any wild, crazy stories happening? Let me know. I would definitely be interested in knowing. Like I said, I haven't had any except for when we first moved in here. Oh, I did have this. So my HOA fees are not a lot a month. Tell me why they raised the price the first 2 years we were here. Year 1, year 2. Year 3, but they'd never sent anything out. All of a sudden, I get a bill saying I owe $58. Why do I owe $58 when it comes out automatically out of my checking account every single month? So I'm like, they making stuff up. I ignored it. I ignored it twice. They emailed me. Then you hear those stories. Oh, child, they will take your house because you owe. You know, what stuff can happen, right? So I called. Oh, yeah, we raised the price, let's say from $43 to $52. So the difference was like, whatever that amount was, the difference is times like 6 months. Y'all ain't send no letter out saying you raised the price. You didn't adjust it to the new price that it was. And now all of a sudden, months later, you're sending a bill. This is what you owe with no explanation. They just done pissed me off. I might be on Kelly's side again. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Again, tell me y'all HOA stories. I love y'all. Again, I have some exciting news about the podcast that I will talk to you guys about probably next week. I love y'all so much. Talk to you later. See ya. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Y'all, I wish y'all could see what I see in the background. My cousin is here from Jersey, right? Trying to sell us some product or something. Anyway, she here. Y'all, she had herself wrapped up in my chair like a Pentecostal choir member. I might post a picture on the YouTube and show y'all. Y'all, she had the robe on just singing. Just singing. This is what it's like. A day, a weekend in the life of a cousin who doesn't always come visit you. She gonna have something smart to say. Love y'all. See ya.